Tonight's show is brought to you by Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/90CAGcast and use code 90CAGcast to get $100 off, including free shipping.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 699. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who desperately wants to be Britney Spears' next conservator, Wombat.
I don't.
There's a job opening.
I know, and I don't want it.
I thought you were her biggest fan.
I mean,
you have that free Britney flag hanging around your house.
Yeah, I want her to have her freedom. I don't think she needs me to tell her what to do.
You can save her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, save Britney.
Sounds like you're not on board. Oh well, back to the drawing board.
Cry me a river.
Shipwreck, what's going on?
I'm trying to figure out if that was a Britney song.
It's not.
I know.
It could be.
That's why you threw me for a loop there.
It's a song about Britney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went in a different direction.
Yeah, you did. It's not your usual joke.
She probably covers the old one anyway in one of her Vegas acts.
You think she covers Cry Me a River in her Vegas act?
I don't think she does.
Everybody covers that.
No, it's a different song than what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of the good one.
The Justin Timberlake song?
Yeah.
No, I don't even know that one, obviously.
I don't even know what song you're thinking of then.
I don't either.
Cry Me a River, like a lot of bands covered it. Aerosmith, I don't know. I don't know who did the original one.
Aerosmith cover
It's like
band.
an oldies. It's like an oldies, really old song.
Are you thinking about Crying by Aerosmith?
No. That was around the time when I stopped listening to Aerosmith.
How did you do that during that period? That seems impossible.
I don't know. I like the Permanent Vacation. There is an
Aerosmith song called Cry Me a River.
I know shit. But it's not, they didn't write it though.
I think I'm looking it up right now. Who wrote it? I don't know.
It's been covered by a lot of bands. yeah. Erna Semper in the chat says Aerosmith ends at Pump for me. And yeah.
This was on what album was it? I was just looking at it. Okay.
Cry Me a River is really old. That's like
it's on Rock in a Hard Place. That's fake Aerosmith though. Yeah, it is. That's when the band split before they came back together.
They just lost Joe Perry for a minute, and then they had this other guy come in, and there's a couple good songs on there. It's not bad.
I don't know. That's fake.
When Lightning Strikes.
Fake Smith.
Google When Lightning Strikes. It's a good song.
I'm good.
No.
I'm just glad I didn't argue with you.
Or on any of their greatest hits albums.
Yeah, they're not.
No.
Okay, just checking.
They have a lot of albums.
I do like the album title "A Night in the Ruts," though.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a good
because they wanted it to be called "Right in the Nuts," and the label wouldn't let them.
Well, yeah.
They flipped two letters around, and it became "A Night in the Ruts."
They were very clever and very high on cocaine at the same time.
I think that is funny. You're the Aerosmith fan. I thought you'd appreciate that little tidbit.
Well, I'm sure I've watched the MTV special on Aerosmith and all that.
Sorry. I'm sorry to ruin your evening.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, no. I listened to a lot of Aerosmith as an angst-ridden teenager. I was just telling Ty that earlier. That's pretty funny.
That's a weird band to pick, but more power to you.
No, like in the 80s when they were putting out albums in the 80s, it was a lot of songs about sex.
Pink?
And no, but in the 80s, Wombat, in the 80s, 1980s. Are you familiar with that?
I'm familiar with Pink, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Pink.
Not Pink. Like Permanent Vacation. What was the one before? All those. The ones.
Toys in the Attic, wasn't that one of theirs?
No, that's in the 70s. That's
70s.
In the 70s.
You're right. Tell me what it takes to let you go.
Pump started to get bad. Anything after Pump is bad, basically. It was like they got too famous, basically, too mainstream, and too much money, too many drugs for Steven, probably. Too many pills. Anyway.
They pierced that cow's nipple, though.
Did they? I don't what. And that when what?
The album cover? Isn't that the album cover?
For Pump?
That's the album cover.
Yeah.
For Pump?
No. Pump had a truck on the cover.
Oh.
Yeah, it did. Okay. I was like, that's like the old pickup truck.
Yeah.
With the Aerosmith label on the window. The door, I mean. Yeah. Anyway,
I was a member of Aero Force One, the official Aerosmith fan club.
welcome
know that.
to the Aerosmith podcast. I'm your host, GPD, and
You had
this
to write
week we're
in.
going to be talking about the track list on the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie soundtrack.
I used to practice drawing the Aerosmith wings, but I have no drawing ability whatsoever, so it always looked like somebody who couldn't draw drawing the Aerosmith wings.
Nice.
And I want to hear an update though on this whole book situation that you're dealing with, Wombat.
Well, there wasn't one last week, so I guess I have to start at the beginning.
Okay.
And I'll try to make this as unboring as possible. So my son is in 5th grade, and in 5th grade they have read aloud every day where the teacher reads them a long form chapter novel. It's supposed to help them understand how long-term veterans are. Yeah, you get it. The book they're
You know what
reading was
books are and learning. Yeah.
Okay. They were reading a book in class called Front Desk, which is the true story of a Chinese immigrant's move to the United States in the early 90s, and her parents ran a motel and everything that went along with that.
Aerosmith stayed there.
Aerosmith stayed there.
No.
It was in Anaheim. The good
It
and
was
the
a
bad.
dumpy hotel. There
There is a portion of one chapter, so I think it's like maybe half a chapter, where one of the hotel residents, who's a black man, is arrested for stealing a car solely because he is a black man and he's the only black man staying at the motel. He eventually is released because he's innocent, and he actually does confront the police officer because this man lost his job because he was arrested. And he said, you arrested me because I'm black. That's bad. Please don't do that. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that.
You should apologize. He asked for an apology, I think.
Yes,
right?
yes, he asked for an apology.
Yeah.
And some parents in this town found that to be incredibly offensive, that the students would be reading a book that portrays a police officer in a negative light, and requested to the principal and the board of education and the superintendent that the book be removed from the classroom permanently.
Meanwhile, the negative light was just that the cop made a mistake, and he does apologize for it in the book, sort of reluctantly, but he does. And it's
he does.
They move on, I guess.
Yes. And it's not even what the book's really even about.
Right.
There's other things in the book. So the book was pulled from class.
Because mom's gathered on Facebook and complained.
And complained. So the book was pulled. I was not happy that my son had no in-class reading for 5 days, and decided to send a quick tweet to the author of the book, letting her know that her book had been pulled from the class. I got a response back much quicker than I anticipated, because I was actually just anticipating nothing.
Right.
She retweeted it out, and she started her own set of tweets and Instagrams and Facebooks and some videos of her own expressing her disapproval in this. She also called the superintendent herself.
Oh, wow.
To discuss the pulling of her book.
Yeah.
And I was contacted by NBC News San Francisco. It turned into a big deal.
Right.
To put it this way, the book hit the New York Times bestseller list this week.
I bought one.
For the first time.
I bought one. Really? Is that true?
Yeah. Yes.
It's been out for years.
2 years. For 2 or 3 years. And it hit the New York Times bestseller list this week for the first time ever. Because I sent a tweet. And that's the only way I can describe it.
Because it got banned.
Yeah.
Give credit to the mom.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, your tweet didn't get that much action really compared to like some of your other tweets.
No, well,
so it's weird.
Her quote tweet got a lot of action.
Oh, okay.
And my phone, and it wasn't just the one, it was like 5 different things that all just wouldn't stop for like 4 days.
Right. Well, go on with the story, because there's updates, right?
So the superintendent actually called me on Saturday directly. I've never spoken to the superintendent of the schools ever. And he called me on Saturday to be like, we never banned this book. I'm like, I never said you banned the book. I said you pulled the book. No, I didn't. I never used the word banned.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
I didn't. No, I didn't. You could look through all my tweets.
Okay.
I never once used the word banned. I was very specific to never use the word banned.
Okay.
So please.
Okay.
Maybe it was in it. We might be wrong. It might have been in in messages with the
Yeah.
three of us.
I may have said it to you guys quickly over text,
Mhm.
but I
Right.
never publicly said the book was banned. I
Okay.
was very clear
Okay.
and specific about that. And I'm like, well, he's like, the book was never banned. I'm like, you pulled the book for a week to put it under review. And the solution is that parents who feel that their kids should not be exposed to this awful, awful book that teaches kids about empathy
Right.
can opt out, and they would be moved to another room during in-class reading and be read a different book altogether.
Not awkward at all for the kids, by the way, getting pulled out of the room.
Oh my God.
Totally normal.
I mean, so far it's it's there are 10 kids in his grade, which is actually a little more than 10%, who are getting read a different book in a different room called the book they're getting read is called Home of the Brave, which is about an African immigrant, but it's written by a white American woman and it's not a true story. So that book, from what I read, is he like finds a cow and tries to bring it to the zoo. It seems a lot more.
Well, that's the same author that wrote that Ivan gorilla book.
Ivan the gorilla book.
I saw the movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Yeah.
So it's I'm sure it's a
fine.
fantastical version of this, right?
Of a
Like, it's
very
not a true story.
a serious hard topic. Those kids get like the light, not real world version, whereas the kids who are staying in the class get to find out what it's really like to be an immigrant in the United States. I mean, this is in the early 90s, but honestly, not that much has changed. And it's not just, they run into the bad police officer. They run into the owner of the motel who hires them, turns out to be a real, a-hole. There's a lot going on here. It's not an easy book, which I think part of the reason why I like it. It's challenging the children, and there are parents who just can't handle this challenge. Well, this paints police officers in a bad light. Well, maybe that's a discussion to have in the class then. And maybe it does, and maybe it doesn't.
Don't you think those kids are going to really want to read that book now?
I would think, like, if my mother walked into my room and said, "You can't read this book,"
right?
I would have been like, "Yoink!"
I just would love to know the explanation that the kids who are getting pulled out of the class are given by their parents or whoever, and also what the other kids are, the explanations they're given who are staying behind.
I was told that by my son that it was one of the kids in the class who raised his hand and said, "This book is racist. I don't want to read it anymore."
Yeah, I'm sure his parents told him to say that.
I'm just saying but that's that's where it started from.
It was racist because why was it racist? Because the cop was
because the cop was racist. So therefore the whole, although they hadn't even gotten to that part yet, which is even weirder.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
the parents.
He was reading ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what. Yeah.
Reading ahead in a book that they don't even have to take home because it's a read aloud.
Right. Yeah. Parents got a hold of it. Mom, there's too many parents are too involved with the kids' education. They need to just fucking relax and read about horse tranquilizers, or not horse tranquilizers, horse dewormers, and stick to that. And let somebody else work with the kids' education, because these people it's like the same research that's going into the COVID vaccines on Facebook is also going into the education, and this is the result. This kid's getting pulled out.
And it's like the same. It's always I don't want to be on Facebook, but when things that involve me directly are starting to float around on 3 different Facebook groups, because that's what was going on today, I'm like, I have to look at it, and it's literally like the same 3-4 people. It's not even like it's so many. As we discovered in my school, it's 10 kids,
right,
out of 60. It's not everyone.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's crazy that I had to do that I had to reach out to this author, that I had to have conversations with her, that I had to have conversations with the school. I'm glad they started reading the book again today. That's why it all boiled back up.
Victory.
Again. Yeah.
Were the kids cheering when they brought the book out? Like,
do they
even know what's going on?
Some do, because some of them left.
Well, yeah. Oh God, it's so bad.
Because they had to leave the room,
Right.
and go to another room so the literary advisor could read them a Disney tale about an African immigrant and his cow.
I mean, if I was in that 5th grade class, I'd know how I would think. I would just think, oh, these kids are too dumb to understand this book. They have to go to this other class. And like I would, like there's kids who like go to the special classes or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, these kids, I guess they just couldn't handle this book.
Well, that's what the conservative classes are. Now that they just changed the word special to conservative. They're synonyms now.
I can see the Apple iTunes reviews. 1 star. I've been listening to 15 years, but all they talk about is politics now.
You know what? This is my life for the last week.
It's good. No, it's really interesting. We've been talking about it a lot in my house, your whole situation. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I appreciate that. And it's really become a thing. And I've had to, I never thought I would have to fight for a book.
It's very weird.
For my son's school. It's not a thing I ever thought would happen.
Especially one you haven't read.
My wife read it.
That counts.
And I pressed
that
her.
That counts. She told you all about it probably, right?
Yeah.
That counts.
She read it in 2 days and she cried at the end and said it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's an opinion.
Can you at least read this book, Wombat? I feel like
I started it.
You have to read this.
Just leave it in the Wombat, leave it in the bathroom. And every time you poop, you read a little more. You'll be done in no time.
No, I have it on my phone.
That's
I have it on my
experience.
phone. Yeah, it's on my phone. That's why I started reading it.
It's not poop friendly because once you're on the phone, you're looking at other stuff and not reading the book.
It's just crazy. It's crazy that, it got as wide reaching as it did. I started hearing from, other authors, like getting likes and retweets on my tweets from Raina Tellemeier and, what's her name? The author of The Hate You Give. I read that. I like that movie. Yeah, not small time. Thanks. Not small time people like the head of the ethnicities department, ethnic history, whatever something department.
Oh, I love her.
At Brown University started following me. I'm like, you're gonna be really upset.
Yeah, you're gonna be. This is not where you want to be.
You're in the wrong place.
I mean, it's crazy. It got a little crazy, and then I honestly thought it had died down and it just picked all back up again today. I actually had to set my Twitter to private for a little bit.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Are you going to get your tires slashed? What's going on?
That's what I'm hoping. The good thing is that when the author started posting the tweets that she was getting with all the messages, she took my username off.
Oh, that's nice. Good.
Yeah. On the Facebook stuff. So the one that showed up in the parents group today did not have me as part of it.
Thank God. We don't want them to understand your true identity. It could be
one of the moms is so nuts. She literally commented in 3 groups just with 5 pages from the book that she underlined all the parts that she thinks are offensive. And I'm like,
too much
not
free
only
time,
is none of that offensive, it says so much more about you than it does about, oh my God.
I mean, too much free time, no hobbies.
Yeah.
And too involved in their kids' lives. Just leave them alone. They're at school. This is the when they're at school, that's the time for you to do something else. Like that, doesn't every parent learn that? Like that's like, oh my God, thank God the kids are at school. I can go do all this other shit.
The parent that's spearheading this all right now is a teacher at another school.
Wow. So she's got the inside scoop. She's probably got like a whole list of this shit, of these books to look out for. And she's like, how she's spending her free time.
So, and I feel bad for those students at that school district.
Right. Yikes.
Yeah.
This might be related, but at Ivan C. Torres writes in and asks for an update on Wombat's health corner.
Deteriorating by the second.
Rapid deterioration.
Yes.
I think if you add some of that monster cereal on there, it can speed up the deterioration.
Well, if it makes you feel better, because as you know, my wife bought me 3 boxes. I haven't even gotten halfway through the first box yet.
Make me feel better.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Well,
it make you feel better.
You guys are concerned that I was going to eat too much bad cereal. I have not been eating the bad cereal.
Okay.
I've been mostly sustaining myself on hard-boiled eggs and mixed nuts, which is the wombat diet of choice. Like a real wombat.
Any exercise?
Not as much as I should. My wife has been so good. She's been doing the, supernatural every day.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Doing long dog walks. And
by the way, I'm super impressed and that she got back on that VR horse after she took that spill playing table tennis, because I know like my finger is starting to feel better now. Finally, I stopped playing for months after that. And that was not nearly as serious as what happened to her. Like this
No,
is,
not even a little bit.
yeah. So I'm
she does it
brave,
every
very
day.
brave.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I trust me because she plays it at full blast in the morning before I'm awake.
Oh no!
So it's
that's
like
nice.
it's like all of a sudden it's like, all right, this is Tears for Fears. You love Tears for Fears. Oh, everybody wants to get in shape.
And we're on the moon now. All right, punch it. Oh wow! Well, we got to get back on that. It is.
I know. I like it a lot, but yeah,
right,
I got another one of those VR games too. That not an exercise one.
Save it for the corner because we got a lot of shit to talk about there.
I can't remember the name of the game anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'll remember it for you.
Okay,
later though.
Mm-hmm.
How about some show feedback from last week?
Beto Buster has to say, people do refer to water heaters as boilers, but they are not the same thing. I read the text. So I talked last week about how my boiler broke and people were like, what is a boiler? I only have a hot water heater. I got a lot of people correcting me that they are in fact two completely separate devices and that most people, I guess, only have hot water heaters because they don't heat their homes with their boilers. But since I heat my home and my water through the same device, it is called a boiler. So we were all right and we were all wrong at the same time.
We all learned something along the way.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Just a little point of correction there. Thank you for the clarification. Mile Regiment has to say, so Cheapy posted with the last show, no one really reads these descriptions when he posted his show description. And he just wanted to make sure that you know that he does read the description every week. Most of the comments did have a reference to the fact that they do read the description every week. So you really need to step up your game here.
It's all an elaborate ruse so that I wouldn't have to think of anything to write. Not that elaborate.
Yeah.
When I say elaborate, I mean completely simple.
So
easily seen through.
Yes. Oh my God. I had my first COVID test today. Have you guys had COVID tests?
No, I know it goes up your nose.
Yeah. It is the weirdest thing because the bat mitzvah's on Saturday. So everyone's getting tested, vaccinated or not, before the big event. And they stick that thing up your nose. I swear to God, they went right to the brain. But
it feels like it's still there for like hours later, right?
Yep. I hate it.
You still feel like it's there?
Yeah, I do.
You should maybe scratch it a little right now. No. I mean, from the inside. There you go. Nice. No. Too far. All right.
This one, DC Catface Meowmers.
No, read that again.
Dr. Catface Meowmer. Sorry, there's a D and a C very close, and I'm old and blonde.
He didn't go to 8 years of school to be called whatever you called it.
DC.
That's a good joke. I really enjoy Whip Smart Spank Bang segments and would be happy with more. Great show as always.
Good news. There's going to be more. Not this week, but in the future.
Good.
It's great because Whipsmart gets to reach out to all these naughty game publishers and ask for codes. And he sends them like the YouTube links to the clips and he gets free porn games. Everybody wins. Win-win. All right. Should we do some Watch This, boys?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheapy and I finished watching Squid Game, the entire series on Netflix, which is, I believe,
seems to be a big deal.
It's
like
the
a lot
number
of
one
people.
show on Netflix.
Yeah. I didn't. I'm never going to watch it, but yeah.
I mean, there's probably an English dub. If it's the subtitles, that's a problem. It's
the content.
It's hyper. It's a lot of.
It's the content that's the problem.
Well, it's good. I mean, it's like it's probably critically acclaimed. I would think. I don't know. I didn't.
Something could be critically acclaimed. And I don't know. I didn't look it up. Like it.
But
I mean, it's not a.
But how could you know if you like it if you haven't watched it?
Because I know I'm not going to like it. I don't like hyper violent nonsense.
You like Fortnite? This is just Fortnite, right?
No,
you don't like. Wait, you don't like hyper violent what?
Nonsense.
Well, I don't know that it's nonsense. It's a fantasy story.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Okay. I mean, it was. We enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. There's a good reason.
Is there a happy ending?
There's going to be another season. I mean, this thing is fucking off the walls popular, and I'm sure I don't want to say how it ends, but I'm sure there's going to be another season. It's too much money to be made, and it was really well done. I think really like big production. Sometimes
is there a likable protagonist?
Definitely. You're definitely rooting for a bunch of people as you get, through it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of death in it. There's a lot of death, and there's a lot. I looked away a lot because there is some hyper violence, but when it's coming, so it's not like.
Yeah, no, that's not for me.
It's not like surprise. It's like it's no. Well, it is more violent than those. Is
violent, it more violent
Netflix
than
Marvel
say?
Shows.
I mean, my limit right now is like The Big Bang Theory. Is it more violent than The Big Bang Theory?
It's like Jessica. What was that Marvel Jessica show?
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah, it's like that.
That show had some creepy moments in it.
Yeah, it's like that. It's there's a lot of very, very tense and uncomfortable moments, not because of the violence, but just the tension, and because you care, you're invested in the characters, and it's a battle royale type situation, so people are going to be dying. But yeah, Squid Game, very well done, great job. See you in season 2. I don't think did we talk about Star Wars Visions before? Did any of us watch it besides me?
I'm about halfway through.
Oh, okay. I just watched one, I think.
Oh, okay. The first one's good though.
Yeah, it is real good. It's
Yeah.
really good.
The first one's a really good one though. So you picked a good place to start.
They made it like old timey Japanese, like it's
It
R2D2
almost-
is exactly the same, but he's got like a straw hat on, like he works in a rice field, and basically the same, and everything's in a Japanese village, and it works. But it works. It totally works. It's like 15-minute. They're all like about 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're only like 15 minutes long.
But the first one, I was like, we watched that and we're like, wow, that was like really good. That was like the best Star Wars I've seen in a while, quite a while. So I would recommend that. We sort of forgot to watch the rest of those though, but we got to get on Star Wars Visions. How come you haven't watched that yet, Chip? It's good stuff. You got Disney. You got that one.
I do. I don't know. I haven't been pulled to watch that. We watched. We're all caught up on Ted Lasso, and we're watching that. Only Murders in the Building.
Good. Okay. Good.
It's okay.
How far are you in?
4 episodes.
Oh, you're not feeling it. You're not laughing.
I don't know. It's just not hitting for me.
Oh, okay.
Like we're watching it and we're like, oh, we like all these people. These
You're
actors,
not laughing.
we like
You're
them.
just not laughing.
We're not laughing. Yeah,
Okay.
the laughs aren't coming for
Okay.
us.
Oh, all right. Well,
I watched the Tom and Jerry movie. I think
Were the
Wanda
laughs
talked
coming?
about that.
I thought you saw that already. No.
No, just watched it for the first time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not it's not all inspiring. It's
No, the only positive I have to say about that movie is that I actually appreciate the consistency that all animals are animated, even ones that don't have any like lines, like all the pigeons in New York City are all animated.
They
There's a
have lines.
consistency. I mean, every animal, whether they have lines or not, like there's no real pigeons, which New York is full of. They made sure that if it's an animal, it's animated unless it's a human, which is not animated. I appreciate that someone actually thought about that.
That they made rules and stuck by them.
Yeah, that they made a rule. This is how this universe works, and we're going to stick by this rule of this universe.
The rest of the movie's going to fucking suck ass. But
totally.
We'll have a rule about the animals being drawn.
Exactly.
And a rule that the movie has to suck.
Yeah.
You know what? All these rules. I haven't seen the movie, by the way. I don't know.
There are plenty of.
It's so disappointing.
Yeah, I know. There are plenty of.
Really just It's just a lot of nothing, right? Like it's like they spend a lot to do all this animation and like have like actors that you recognize, but then it's a whole lot of just nothing the entire time.
I was big into Tom and Jerry as a kid.
Sure.
So
my kids
everyone loves Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, and that stuff's fine. The Tom and Jerry fight scenes are fine.
Hyper violent.
Yeah, you know what? I wish they got the original voice actors back for Tom and Jerry, but
they don't even talk in this movie.
I know that was the joke.
Okay, got it.
They don't talk.
So are you sure they didn't have the original ones?
What else we got here and watch this, boys? Oh, they cast the Mario Brothers movie. They announced it during a Nintendo Direct, and it's going to be starring Chris Pratt as Mario, which makes a lot of sense. Everybody,
it doesn't. It's what it is. Who cares?
I don't care. People,
I know, but when
I enjoyed
it came
watching
out,
the reaction videos of people watching it live.
Yeah, I'm so confused. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Chris Pratt's a particularly good person. I think that's like been established or whatever.
Okay.
But like, why am I supposed to be upset?
I don't think people are. Well, yes, people were upset, but they're going to be
really upset.
Yeah.
Like I was reading the internet when it happened,
Oh.
and you would think that Chris Pratt was like, and Chris Pratt's playing everybody's mom now, and I was like, I don't understand what happened.
Oh, I saw the Dan Reichert reaction video. He wasn't upset. He was just laughing hysterically
It
more
was
and more.
laughable.
It was really funny.
The cast in this is ridiculously over the top as far as how many celebrities they have lined up to voice characters.
You want to,
right? This is
do you want to be,
animated.
yes. Do you want to be let in on a dirty secret of these animated movies with celebrity casts and why it happens?
Because they like money?
I can tell you, no, there's
What's
a
the
reason.
secret? Oh.
Yeah.
This is the reason. So it started with Shrek and DreamWorks. DreamWorks was the first studio to say, we're going to make these animated movies and every voice in this movie is going to be a celebrity. Shrek was the big one. They were going to use it. This was their test. We're going to do Shrek. Everyone's going to be a huge star. We're going to get Eddie Murphy. We're going to get Cameron Diaz. We're going to get Mike Myers now coming off of Austin Powers. Big names.
Yep.
And people are like, this is stupid. Disney doesn't use celebrities. Why would we use celebrities? No one sees these people. No one's going to care. And Jeffrey Katzenberg said, no, we're going to put it in their contracts that they have to do all the publicity and all the press that we throw at them. And we're going to pay them $1 bajillion. So the 3 months leading up to this movie, all anyone's going to see when they turn on their TV is Eddie Murphy and Cameron Diaz on every talk show every day talking about how great this movie is going to be.
It was great though. To be fair.
And the movie made a buttload of money.
And all of the voices in that though, they're basically playing versions of themselves.
Well,
really, right?
Yeah,
like,
they
it's
knew
a lot different than like, hey, we're gonna really come in and Chris Pratt up this Mario.
Well, that model worked, and that was 25 years ago, and you could see the shift in the industry after that, where that sort of has become the norm. There's certain Disney movies where it still doesn't happen because Disney is still Disney. But if it's not a Disney movie, they try to do that where they throw in the celebrity voice. And I guarantee you, even with the Super Mario Brothers movie, it's going to be in their contracts that Anya Taylor-Joy is going to have to go on every talk show and talk about it and sit at those stupid press junkets where she sits in those director chairs and they ask her questions like, so how long have you been playing video games for? And she's going to have to go, tee, I don't really play many video games, but my favorite has always been blah, 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 blah. And she's going to be asked it 17 times and she's going to get paid $1 million just to sit in that chair.
Sounds good.
Looking forward to the movie.
Yeah. But that's why these casts happen for those who don't know.
Okay.
And for all I know, Anya Taylor-Joy does love to play video games. I shouldn't have pigeonholed her like that. But
no, you should have gone after somebody else.
Yeah.
Like Seth
Pick
Rogen.
somebody else on the
Seth Rogen will be like, video games? What do I look like, a loser? Is that good?
That was pretty good, actually.
Thank you.
He was in Sausage Party, right?
Yeah, he was in Sausage Party.
I have the 4K.
So he's got the chops.
He has no legs to stand on with when it comes to any decisions that anyone can make because he wrote Sausage Party.
that movie got good reviews, actually. I think. I feel like
did you see it? Did you see Sausage Party?
I own the 4K disc and I got it for free, and I have not seen it. We watched 5 minutes of it, and Mrs. Cheapy said, "I'm out," and then I was like, "All right."
I've watched the entirety of Sausage Party.
I'm looking,
and
at
I
the
can
Rotten
tell
Tomatoes.
you, that movie is a little bananas. No, that movie's a lot of bananas, and it actually has some pretty disturbing moments.
82% on the Rotten Tomatoes for those following at home.
What do you think Mario is going to be at?
6.
Do you think they're going to pull a Sonic with this? Like
they can pull a Sonic. They made Sonic
movie.
a good movie. They made the Lego movie a good movie. That had Chris Pratt in it.
It did have Chris Pratt in it. I completely forgot about
and
that.
And it had what's his name, Charlie Day, in it too.
I don't know.
So
I have no opinion on the quality of the future Mario movie. I hope it's great, and we can all enjoy it.
What if Nintendo took all of the lines that they said in this movie and inserted them into their games?
They don't do actual,
and that's how they get voice acting into their games. They just capture all of these lines, and we just
they don't have
lines
that technology Chip.
over and over again in every game now.
I don't even know what I can't even do like a Chris Pratt and like
that's okay. You don't have to do it at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, but what I think that might be the only thing. But I guess he was good in the Lego movie. He just has
he's
good in everything. He's good in everything.
He's good in everything. He just has it's just
life.
I guess people want Mario to sound a little more, I don't know, stereotypically ethnic with an accent.
I
And
mean,
I don't.
Mario doesn't really.
But he doesn't even sound like that.
No,
He goes, "It's me, Mario.
but higher,
Look at
much higher pitched.
Why you do this to me? I work in the plumbing.
Much
and the
higher
supplies.
pitch.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, that sounds
There you go.
natural.
There
Is
Nailed
that
it.
better? I-
They should have cast you, man.
Oh my god! And I was trying not to peek at all, and I couldn't help it on that
Boing.
one. Boing. I here to fix the plumbing. Oh, look at me. Why you no using your accent no more?
Lastly, and watch this, boys. Netflix has bought the developers who made Oxenfree, which a game I'm not familiar with it, and that's their first game studio acquisition, first of many, and they're going to be bringing you games in the future as part of their subscription
that's nice.
service, I guess. You're not excited by that?
I have no opinion on that.
If you had a game company, maybe you'd be more excited. If
Maybe.
you were making
Yes.
games, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Pitch Netflix on a game.
Good for them.
Got any game ideas, Wombat, that you could pitch to Netflix or reality
Probably.
TV show ideas?
Yeah, I have both.
You could, maybe you can combine them.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move on to new releases, or you want to do an ad
Let's
first,
do the
Wombat?
ad first because there's some new. We have a new release discussion. So
Do it.
we're going to talk about our friends at Green Chef. Green Chef has a meal plan for every healthy lifestyle: keto, paleo, plant-powered diets, or even if you just want to have delicious but balanced dishes. Green Chef's experts curate every recipe with over 30 meal choices every week and the flexibility to switch plans. You'll never have to sacrifice taste for nutrition. You can enjoy restaurant quality dishes in the comfort of your own home. Enjoy new and nutritious recipes each week that are perfect for you and the whole family. Take homemade, plant-based meals to the next level with Green Chef's plant-powered options, or just watch your carb intake. Their keto and paleo options will give you the premium proteins and vital veggies you need to conquer your day. With pre-portioned, easy-to-follow recipes delivered right to you, eating well has never been simpler. Never worry about having to plan or shop for dinner again. Avoid long lines at the grocery store and get fresh premium ingredients delivered right to your door. And since Green Chef's ingredients are pre-portioned, you'll actually be reducing food waste by at least 25%. Green Chef, remember, is now owned by HelloFresh, our friends at HelloFresh. And with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. We love switching between the brands, and now you guys can too, with discounts from the CAGcast. Green Chef is also America's #1 meal kit for eating well, meaning they're the best meal kit, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, pescatarian, or you just want to eat more balanced meals. I use Green Chef. It's great. The food's delicious. I love their shrimp dishes. I love when they have the pre-portioned stuff that's already chopped. It saves so much time and effort. It's amazing. Go to greenchef.com/90CAGcast and use code 90CAGcast to get $100 off, including free shipping. That's greenchef.com/90CAGcast and use code 90CAGcast to get $100 off, including free shipping. Thank you, Green Chef.
Yum.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do those new releases.
All
Yeah.
right.
So many.
We've been playing. All three of us have been playing.
All
Hot
three of us have
Wheels.
been playing a big one.
Hot Wheels
Is
Unleashed.
that a big one? I don't think that's a big one.
I think it's a big release because I've put in like 1,000 hours into it already. It feels like
I don't know that that's how you categorize that.
that
but
is how I
okay.
categorize a big release.
Also, why?
It's as my son described it, it's his favorite game of all time
Why?
because he has a lot of fun playing it.
Why?
He thinks the cars look great, and
That I agree.
And he says the tracks are very inventive and challenging. So that's what he likes.
Cool.
But he still can win. So he finds it challenging, yet he also enjoys the fact that it's easy enough for him to still win. Yet
He's
he
playing
still
on
feels like
easy.
he's playing on easy.
The game is fucked up because it's too hard on normal and too easy on easy. And I turned it off after like 20 minutes.
But see, that's the problem.
It gets harder.
You see, the
on easy.
first few races in the game
Mm.
are easy on easy. But as you play more races, I know this is going to sound crazy, because it's basically the basic concept of all video games. As you get further along in the game, things become more difficult.
I know, but it just seemed like the gameplay loop was earning virtual currency to unlock blind boxes to do the same races basically over and over again.
No, the tracks are all very different.
I mean, but you're going in a circle.
No.
For the most part, some of them have just a straight
the shape.
shot.
I mean, I don't mean the shape. You're doing. I mean, but
laps. there's loop de loops, and there's super jumps. And in the currency that you get, can unlock kit or the Batmobile.
Yeah, but are you gonna? Cheapy's not gonna be making his own Hot Wheels tracks.
No, but there's a lot of tracks.
Right, but that's what some of the stuff you're unlocking is.
Yeah, most of it, a lot of what you unlock is pieces to do things, and that's sort of no one cares about that. That I'll give you, but to say that you're unlocking the currency to unlock the new cars isn't.
I'm just saying I'm saying the gameplay is just like it's basically a very standard race, and in terms of like it's like basically like a kart racer.
I'm trying to figure out how that makes it different than say Super Mario Kart.
There's a lot of difference between this and Super Mario Kart.
I mean, you're driving a cart in a circle
with weapons.
So it's the weapons is the difference.
It's just like all you're doing, like it's very like simple driving in terms of like
there's no weapons.
You can't like the collisions between the cars is very kind of like uninteresting. So like you can't. It's like the physics is a little uninteresting, I think is what I'm saying. And the races themselves are a little interesting.
I understand.
I think that there's.
I feel like I'm going to toe the ground between the two of you here.
Because I think that there's certain physics elements of this game that are unique and special to this game that I haven't seen much in other games. And that's mostly when you catch air and you can fully control the car while it's in the air to control your landing and land in a way that
the Cars games. Disney's Pixar's Cars.
Sure.
There's a lot of games that use that.
But. Yeah.
I'm just saying they do a good job at that. I also think the tracks are kind of crazy. Like the ones that are really ornate and large and have a lot going on and a lot of unique elements are unlike tracks I've seen in other games. I think that you've only played 20 minutes and I'm 30% in.
I'm 25% in. I understand Cheapy's criticisms and your praises.
The cars look amazing. Like they did an amazing job with the way the cars look. They couldn't really look any more realistic. Like when you open those boxes up and they thing up, it's like, wow,
realistic for a Hot Wheel.
Yes, it looks like a fucking big Hot Wheel. It's just on your screen. It's really amazing. And the livery editor, which it's basically the same type of functionality as the Forza game. So you can just rely on all the other people to make these really involved skins for the cars, and you can just download them like that. And so now your car can look totally different. Like, you can download all these different things. And it's easy
to use too. I tried.
Yeah, it's just like Forza. It's like really that part is awesome. But at the end of the day, you're really just opening up Hot Wheels packages. And
it's a good loop. I think it's a
maybe I'll give it
loop. I think so. Dash was playing with this with me, obviously, and as a 4-year-old, he has excellent insight to the highlights and the potential issues that this game has.
Mm-hmm.
So he likes all the cars. That's all cool. Like every time we open up a blind box, he runs to the other room and gets the exact Hot Wheel that is in the game. So he likes that. He likes the tracks that have the monsters. So the spider, the scorpion, the things that are like more interactive than just the tracks, right? There's like an element that's like, oh, this is kind of unique. He doesn't like that all the environments seem the same to him, right? Like
because like you're in the basement.
There's like 6 environments, and sure, all the tracks are different, but it's like, oh, we got to race here again, and it's like all of the tracks. It's a lot of orange, right? Like all the tracks are just orange, and it's the same backgrounds over and over again. And he doesn't like Cheapy was saying, he doesn't like that there's not really great collision. Like he wants to be able to wreck other cars.
It's kind of like the fun part of playing with Hot Wheels is smashing them together.
I will say that might be Elliot's big complaint too. When he hits the back of a car, it tends to just kind of stop you.
Right. doesn't feel realistic.
Instead of making the car either fly out of the way or something.
It's
Especially when he's
inconsistent with
boosting.
that.
Yeah.
It's inconsistent because sometimes if you have like a car that has a little bit of a wedge, you can get other cars to like fly out of the way. So there's something there. It just doesn't seem like they've really honed in on that mechanic for this game.
Next year's version is going to be fucking sweet.
It's a good game. It's if you like the previous Hot Wheels games, this is a better version of those Hot Wheels games. It's nothing that's particularly new from the Hot Wheel games.
I'm hoping that they put a lot of these like movie cars in the new Forza game. That's what I'm hoping for. Because yes, I would like to play with Kit and the DeLorean.
Yeah, and it's a perfectly acceptable racing game. He can win games, or he wins races pretty easily on easy. At the same time, like he's been playing a lot of Onrush. You remember Onrush?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's been playing a lot of that, and he's been playing that Burnout Paradise remaster, and just the difference in like collision is pretty big to him.
That's the major. I mean, that's like the major gameplay element of Burnout is smashing into cars and making awesome crashes. I mean,
right, and similarly on Onrush too, right? Like, and it's, I don't know. There's a spark missing from this game beyond just the, oh yeah, you made a nice looking Hot Wheels game that has varied courses, but not much varied visually.
Fair. Well said. Well wrapped up.
That's what he said. That was his words exactly.
What Dash said.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Got it.
What else we got in new releases?
I've been playing some. You sent me a code, GP.
I did.
Connect Tank.
Yes.
Have you been playing that as well?
I checked it out for about 20, 30 minutes.
I like it. I think it's pretty fun.
Did you play by yourself or?
Yeah, I played it by myself.
The best way to describe Connect Tank, I would say, is sort of imagine a game like Overcooked, but you're inside a tank and you're fighting another tank. And you're basically making the ammunition for the tank. And when it's ready, you watch the tank on the top shoot it out, and you're basically you're shooting bullets at each other and trying to shoot down each other's bullets. Yeah,
and there's a couple different like gameplay mechanics mixed in with that too, right? Like there's the beginning stage, you have to lay out your conveyor belts that all your ammo goes down through, and that's a little puzzle element. And you want to do it quicker than the other guy so you can start shooting stuff faster.
Yep.
And then there's a rock, paper, scissors element to the bullets that you're shooting, where they're red, yellow, and blue. And I don't remember which one trumps the other, but it's rock, paper, scissors. As well as you're either shooting, there's two different paths that you're shooting on as well. So there's that element, and there's also like a overall, like you get different types of ammo that have different speed and damage, and you're building different tank robots as well. And so there's a lot going on. I think it's got that we've got a bunch of different things happening at the same time that you have to deal with.
Yes.
That's its main mechanic. And it's cute.
It seems like it's made for, it's got like a 4-player co-op, I think. So it seems like that would be pretty wild to try that out, but I'm on PC and I don't know. Is it on?
Yeah, I've been playing on PC as well. It is on consoles as well. Yeah.
Yes, I think, yeah. Do you know that's a Spencer Yip game? Remember Spencer?
I did not know that. Yeah, I remember Spencer. Yeah. That's a Spencer game?
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
Nice.
Thorbon hooked us up with those codes. I guess Spencer gave them to Thor.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's Connect Tank. I feel like I've been playing something else from this. What else would we have? Sable. Sable came out. I've been playing that.
Oh, I played a little bit of that too.
I know you don't like it that much.
It's all right. It's a little slow for me. I did collect all the parts for my sled thing, speeder bike. It still controls like a wet noodle.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have
to get a better bike.
Yeah.
You have to get more parts later. It's basically Sable's is an exploration game. Like there's no combat. It's story and gorgeous visuals. It's got like this hand-drawn look to it, very colorful pastels, like it looks like a painting, like a moving painting. It is a little glitchy on Xbox. The frame rate is not solid. It's like it's skipping frames. It's very noticeable. It sucks because I like on one hand I want to play the game, and on the other hand I also want to wait for them to fix it because I'm sure they will. It's on Game Pass, and like sure a lot of people are downloading it. But it does. I mean, one of the major draws of the game is just how pretty it looks, and it definitely ruins the look of the game. But it is like a straight up like exploration and story game. And I really think it's
How
like a
far are you in it?
I'm not that far. I've
Okay.
been exploring. I got the new bike. I've been driving around. I'm able to afford some other parts, and you know.
Yeah, I think it's a little too slow.
I think it's
for
short
me.
though. I don't know how long it is. I'm not sure like how long, but I'll let you know. I'll keep you informed.
It's too much back and forth, also, which kind of turned
It's
me
got
off.
fast
on the
travel.
game.
Fast travel. Did you know about the fast travel?
You know what? I have something else that I'm playing right now that I'll talk about next week, and that's a little teaser for next week.
Does it rhyme with fart by?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Or okay. What else do we have in new releases? Anybody play the new Diablo game, or are we boycotting?
Boycott. No, I just didn't buy it.
Right. Probably good. What are the? I heard it's like kind of broken though. No.
I have no idea. You know, I've never played Diablo 2. I played Diablo.
Really?
And I played a crap ton of Diablo 3, but I never got around to playing Diablo 2.
I think it's time.
Isn't that interesting though?
Not really.
Very.
See, it depends on who you ask.
Let's see. It's got an 80% on Metacritic.
Did you play the Addams Family yet, Ship?
No, I have not. I have not procured the Addams Family game to play, but
You haven't rushed out to try to get that?
I will.
Okay, good.
It's something. It's a 4-player like co-op game, so definitely
There are 4 people in your house.
There are 4 people in my house. There are 4 people who enjoy Addams Family in my house.
And I know that they would probably be very happy to send that to you.
I don't know.
I think they would be.
Who's they?
The people.
Morticia and
Yeah.
Gomez.
Gomez
Doesn't it-
Adams. Gomez Adams texted me the other day. He goes, "Does Ship want a copy of this game?"
Oh, look,
And I
it's
said-
it's
and I
Thing.
said-
It's Thing is here. The game. It's not my arm.
Exactly.
So
That was a
I don't
bonus
know.
for the people
I-
watching on Twitch. Thank you.
I'm sure we'll play Addams Family Mansion Mayhem
Enjoy that.
at some point.
Enjoy
Did you
that.
see they upgraded Ghost Runner, GP,
Upgraded to what?
to Series X level graphics?
Oh, I don't think I have
Frame
that on. I
rates?
think I have that on PC,
Okay, well then never mind.
unless it's a Game Pass.
No, I know you had it. I thought you had it on the.
I don't, who knows
need
what
to
I
check
have?
that out. Mhm.
Nobody knows. Is that
Did
it?
any
For
of
the,
us
What?
check out Centipede Recharged?
Is that out?
That is out.
Do you know? I
I
think
didn't
I
even know that
asked.
was
for-
out.
I think I asked
got,
for a review code.
I got press clippings from it today.
I feel like I
All those
asked for
press
that.
emails.
It's $9.99, GP.
Yeah, but I don't really want it. But if I can
They were-
send it to me, I'll play it.
Yeah.
Look, here it is. Wait, review. Hi, David. I did request it. You didn't write back. Come on, Cody. What's up? All right.
You didn't get a code from Cody? That sounds made up.
Yeah, the guy's name is Cody. Yeah. It's funny.
Way to go, Cody.
Oh, I should have made that joke. Come on,
it-
Cody. Where's my code? I thought your name was Cody. If you like, that's your job. Why won't you do your job? It's
It's in your name.
in your blood. It's in your DNA. Your parents knew what you were going to be doing. All right. Anything else?
That's why they named you Cheapy.
That's right. I don't know if they named me that.
They didn't?
The people
Oh.
named me that. No, they didn't. I did.
Mm.
What else? What else?
Yeah,
Is that
I know
enough?
that. Is it Lemonis Gate or Lemoni Gate? Like, is the S silent in that? Because that came out this week. That's on the Game Pass also.
Who is?
I
What is
don't know
that?
much about it, but it's like a first-person shooter strategy something or
Oh.
other.
I like one of those things.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked interesting to me, but I haven't. It is a time looping turn-based strategy shooter
Isn't that Deathloop?
with revolutionary 4D tactical combat.
4D.
So says the internet.
I'm skeptical whenever anybody calls something 4D.
And it's made by your favorite company, Rat Loop Games.
All right. I think that's it for the new releases.
I think
It's
so.
a lot. Yeah, there's
That
a
is a
lot,
lot.
there.
I'm tired.
There's still other stuff on here that we didn't mention, but we don't need to mention it.
All right then.
And up next is Wombat's fortnightly news.
Let's vibe out to this.
So what will he do after a long day?
All right, what do we got?
So they did a revamp of the Fortnite XP system since our last show.
Oh, thank God. It was totally broken. I stopped playing.
It was really broken, and a lot of people did stop playing. They increased the XP you get on the new punch cards as well as on your dailies. So now instead of going up half a level a day, you go up like a level and a half a day.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's some exciting stuff.
Surprised they figured that one out.
Yeah. They did. They turned it out. I'm already up to level 71, which is actually kind of insane, and I shouldn't be that high. Definitely
on level 71 on Sunday. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely level 71. So I unlocked the chimpanzee, which is kind of cool. And the new crew pass comes out tomorrow.
Unlock the chimpanzee. All right, good, excellent. Enjoy that chimpanzee.
Yeah. I have a chimpanzee astronaut that I could run around with. They also released a second Venom skin that's also a Tom Hardy. So if you ever want to be Tom Hardy, now's your chance.
Not really.
Shipwrecks looks very confused by that statement.
No, I was trying to picture, like, is it just him? Are they gonna get Dr. Robert in here as well?
I mean,
what's that his name? I can't remember what his name was.
I forget I don't know. Well, Eddie Brock is his name in the
No.
movie.
The star of Venom. The boyfriend.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they're gonna have him in there either.
He's gonna be in the sequel, right? Like,
yes, he is. He's in the trailer.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's literally just like, oh, and here's Tom Hardy. Like, it's just Tom Hardy.
It's not even like, it's not just like Venom from the neck down.
No,
it's just Tom Hardy.
It's just Tom Hardy. He's wearing the football jacket that he wears in the movie and a pair of blue jeans. And that's it. It's just Tom Hardy. And then
probably going to be a lot more popular than Ariana Grande.
You push down on the D-pad and the Venom stuff comes up and it comes
up.
And then he's Venom.
That's a Venom skin that happens to have a Tom Hardy aspect.
Well, you could just not press down on the D-pad and just be Tom Hardy the whole time.
That requires too much restraint. Nobody could do that. No human being
could be Tom Hardy with Captain America's shield if I wanted to.
That should be illegal.
You'd think.
You can't do that.
I could do that.
What else we got here in your whatever?
So Activision has been has settled their federal suit with harassment victims for $18 million, or as Bobby Kotick calls it, half a Thursday. So I mean, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing for them.
It's literally nothing. It just basically is giving them a license to harass.
It depends how many harassment victims they have. Because
I don't think it's 18 million per person.
No, it's total.
18, yeah.
Right. So if it's only like 3 people, then that's a pretty good payday, I feel. But if it's like
a good payday
2,000 people.
No, it's a good payday for the 3 people, sure. But it's not enough to deter Activision from having harassment happen in this company again. It needs to be so much money that they need to change their. Well, that's how these things are supposed to work. That's what
they never do that.
It's supposed to punish the company to prevent these things from happening.
That's not.
You know, kind of like with the
you punish them too much, and then you just have them getting rid of employees.
I mean,
and then they're harassing women just for spite.
Right. It's not going to come out like that's not going to come out of the people's pockets that you want it to. If you
right.
Well, that 18 million isn't going to come. I don't know. It's nothing. It's not enough. It's sort of almost insulting
to you.
To me,
well, somebody had to settle for that amount, right? Like,
I guess
somebody thought it was good.
Somebody thought the people that
getting the money
thought, yep, 18 million sound about right. Like, you can't get upset at the people that settled the suit for that amount.
I guess. So,
right.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Just be outraged. Chip, can you just be outraged about something?
Be outraged with me.
Right. There's plenty to be outraged about. Let's just
Let's find
fire it
something.
up. What else we got here?
What is this? New World players face massive queues. What is this British nonsense that you said?
Amazon has made a game that's a success, it seems. You know,
Oh,
all their
New
games
World-
have
New
failed,
World,
like
the game,
hard,
yeah.
like completely hard. But New World is so popular that you can't even get on.
The only thing I know about this game, and you have it on here, is
Hmm.
that you can't name yourself Jeff Bezos in the game.
It's the most important part of it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about that game.
Yeah, it's. I think that's very funny, by the way. That they, like, I mean, does he
Maybe
really
that's his
care?
character's name.
he-
Maybe they set up an account for him, and that's his character's name. It's
I saw
taken.
people like there and said they're going with Jeff Bozos, and it's like, yeah, that works.
Do they allow that, or are they how
I
strict
don't
are
know.
they with the name matching?
I mean, I don't know. I think this is one of those things where it's like, why are we talking about this now?
Because they don't want people saying like Jeff Bezos is an asshole, and that's like their character's name. And then they have like then the news story is, hey, there's a whole guild of characters called Jeff Bezos and it's something negative, and then that's like a news item. So like, let's just nip this in the bud. No Jeff Bezos related character names. But there's a whole character class called Bezosian. No, that's not true at all. Yes.
I don't think we need an MMO where everyone is just walking around as a white, bald, impotent man.
Who said he's impotent?
Who said he was impotent?
You just did. He's going to sue you. Be careful. He'll shut you down. Let's move on to Cheapy and Wombat's Quest Corner, starring Shipwreck,
Mm-hmm.
the hater. He's the
Mhm.
villain in this segment.
Fantastic.
I finally got around to trying out the Pistol Whip update that added the Wild West stuff that you told me about, Wombat. I forgot what it
Uh-huh.
was called. Smoke and Thunder. is what
Smoke and
it's called.
Thunder.
That is really good. How is that better than the original game somehow?
First of all, I told you that.
Well, that's why I played it. You told me that, and then I played it. My finger was feeling a lot better, so I'm getting my my bravery
Good.
up again.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, somehow, like you would think playing Pistol Whip that you need that hard electronic music, but they've sort of made it work with Western style music. It's, I mean, they electrify it obviously and make it more groovy, but damn, it's a lot of fun shooting those cowboys and the barrels, and it is
and
it's
that music is
exercise.
cool too. It even has
Yeah,
that sort of
I'm saying.
westerny twinge music
That's
going
what I just
on.
said. I said
Yeah.
it's like you'd think the music would be shitty, but right away you're like, oh shit, I can get into this, and that is like my legs were like, you got to use your legs in that ducking around and stuff. So I was like really impressed with that, and then I went back and played the other update that was the like the 80s sci-fi update, which is also awesome. So like that's a good. Pistol Whip is a good value on that Oculus Quest. I would definitely
that game.
recommend
They
that.
raised the price, which is sort of a thing.
Yeah,
but
that's what they do with a lot of these VR games. Is they'll add the Space Pirate Trainer did the same thing. They added that huge laser tag mode where you need 30 by 30 space to play in. You can't even turn it on without.
yeah,
30
I'm
by
like, I
30.
don't even. Yeah, it's.
But and they raised the price. They included it in the game, but they raised the price. So that seems to be a strategy there. Because what happens is there's like a certain number of games on the Quest store that are basically always in the top sellers list. So they just keep adding content. They can raise the price and they can continue to make money. So it seems pretty good.
I should have bought that game when that was cheap. I didn't. And now I'll probably never get it. But
The
I
Space
did
Pirate
get.
game?
Yeah,
What'd you get?
I did get Brink Traveler. I had a 30% off coupon, and I used it for Brink Traveler.
What is that? I never even heard of that.
It was $6. It takes you to real locations. Most of them are in the United States, like
Okay.
Horseshoe Bend, and it takes you to the top of like a mountain in Horseshoe Bend, and you can either use the joysticks to kind of move yourself around, or you could just kind of move around yourself.
I see.
It gives you a little bit of trivia about the place. In some places, you could actually like pick a rock up off the ground and throw it off the edge, and just watch it go. It's just it's very chill and relaxing. Elliot put it on the other day, and he went to, I don't know where he was, but he just sat down on the floor and just kind of sat there for like 15 minutes. I was like, buddy, are you okay? Because yeah, this is
I'm
really
ha-
nice.
No, I'm having a seizure. Get it
Exactly.
off. Get it off. Yeah, that sounds like I think there's a thing called Wander, and it's basically Google Maps. This is all just Google Maps, right? Like a way to like streamline you to get the good parts of Google Maps.
Similar in concept, but this one just seemed like a little bit more educational. But
right,
I don't know. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's cute. It's fun. Like I said, for $6, it's hard to complain.
Totally.
But yeah, when you're on top of a big mountain and just looking down at everything, and it looks so real.
Yep.
It's kind of.
I'll check that shit out for
$10.
There's also an update to Blastion, which is coming tomorrow. It's a quick draw. Remember, I've been asking for like a quick draw game. Coming out tomorrow, so we'll report on that.
And that's a game I have already too. So
Blastion's really fun.
That's hard because
a lot of legs in that. You're using a lot of legs in that. I played it today after going to Orange Theory.
Nice,
and it was no problem.
Gotcha.
Let's move on. Let's move on to Microsoft. We talked about Sable on Game Pass.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I played that too.
You played the Halo Infinite preview.
I played with you for a round or two.
Yes.
You know what I'm very bad at?
Halo.
I am so bad at Halo. Like
Shipwreck remembers.
I remember this.
I know.
You are terrible at Halo.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
But how are you so bad at Halo, but you're okay at Fortnite?
I don't know. I'm good at many games now. It's just something about Halo where it's just me, and I don't know if it's the movement, the layout, or
you just
the
need
way
to
the
watch.
work.
You need to watch like 30 minutes of YouTube videos about like the general mechanics of Halo and the combat, and I think it'll make you a lot better.
I played a little bit more with Ben after you left,
Mm-hmm.
Ben Gilbert, our good friend.
Yep.
And I did better, but I still never really would consider myself good. Like I did improve.
Sure.
But I never felt like I never feel like I'm good at the game. I also wonder if maybe it's just the level of other players. Like maybe there are just too many people that are really good at Halo.
I feel fine. I was kicking ass. I was getting like double, triple kills. Ben Gilbert thought I was like a god for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really good. The point is, it's fucking really good. The preview, they got it. They nailed the Halo.
It's the same problem I have always had with Halo. I'm not good at it.
You can get good. I'm telling you,
I don't know.
One video, you just need to understand like how important the grenades are and the shield thing, and you'll get it. It's all about.
Because I find I just get frustrated, and then I just don't enjoy the game, no matter how good the mechanics are. And
you need to watch just a little primer is what you need.
I just don't care.
But it's going to be, I think this is going to be the game this holoday. Like, it's going to be.
Halo's going to do it?
I think, like, they figured it out, finally. They finally made one that people will vibe with and attach to. So, I mean, it's really good. And they got the battle pass. They know what they're doing. It just feels right. We played Capture the Flag even.
They get the flags in there.
They got the flags. It brings back a lot of good memories.
They added that back in? Okay.
Yeah, they've been through the preview. They've been like cycling stuff in and out, and it was very fun to drive the vehicles and to play Capture the Flag. It feels really good. So looking for that. And the other big news from Microsoft is that Avengers is coming to Game Pass,
which is a weird situation.
I think it's a good idea.
It's a good idea, but it's also weird because they have that exclusive deal with Sony for Spider-Man, and it's like, we have all this exclusive stuff on the PlayStation, but it's free here.
Yep, that's a good deal. That's exclusive deal. That's a good exclusive.
Right. Maybe we don't have Spider-Man, but what if we just put your game on here for free? How about that?
I think that's great, and they're going to get a lot more players, and should hopefully make the game better in the long run.
And I mean, I will say, I do believe the story mode on that game, even the little expansions that they put out for free that are all going to be on the Game Pass, are worth a playthrough. It's just everything else that sucks. So
maybe they'll figure it out.
Maybe they just need more players. Yeah, they say they're adding more earnable cosmetics to the game because there haven't been those since launch. So
cool.
I don't know. I haven't played that game in a long time.
It's a game that doesn't need to persist. Is its main problem?
Yeah, but no, you're 100% right.
I liked it well enough. I don't need to. It doesn't need to persist. I don't need to keep
had a story mode and they kept putting out like DLC add-ons for it. Like that maybe be have been better. Then forget
Maybe
about the
it
soul.
might not make business sense. Maybe they're raking in dough this way.
I feel like it's expensive to make games this way, though.
And I'm like, there's also, and I know they say they're doing this, and I'm wondering if this will be any better. Because I could see there being enjoyment in like just an open world where you can walk around and occasionally beat someone up, and or whatever, and just not have it be like a start-stop scenario where if I want to just jump into the game, punch 5 guys as Captain America and call it a day, I could do that. Which, which they are adding in, as opposed to the way it is now, where it's like, oh, I guess I'll go to Utah and see the same 3 missions in Utah that have been in Utah since launch. So, it's just because that requires like a whole level of like decisions, 4 decisions before I'm actually landing somewhere and punching someone.
They're gonna, hopefully, like this will bring them a player base to keep the game alive, and then they can figure all this shit out and make it really good. Then we can start playing again.
Striker 199 just mentioned that the patrol mode is coming. Yes, I'm aware that this mode is coming. I'm curious to see if that's like the problem with the post game.
By the time Spider-Man comes to Xbox, this game is going to be really good.
What, Spider-Man on Xbox?
Yep. By the time he gets there, he's going to get there eventually, right? Or no? Is he a They say
I don't think so. I think we'll have Avengers 2 before that.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man's sticking on the Sony side there.
What about Spider-Ham? He's available.
I think that we'll get another character after Spider-Man that'll be on both consoles.
Who you got?
I'm going with Doctor Strange.
Could be good. It would look good. His moves would look really cool.
Yep. I think that they will want to have it out by March. It'll be out sometime in August.
I'm going with another Black Widow.
I'm going. There must be another Hawkeye.
Sister.
There's some variation of Hawkeye has not been.
That's not on there yet. Yeah. Hawkeye 3.
Yeah, something like that.
They're gonna put in the Sword Master.
I don't know. That sounds lame though.
That's his older brother.
No. Yep. Sounds lame.
Yep. Nailed it.
Uh-huh.
Let's move on to Nintendo. There was a Nintendo Direct.
What's Swordmaster? What's he good at? Is he also an archer?
Darts. He's really good at darts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting his penis against another man's penis.
They're gonna throw in the whole Circus of Crime. Circus of Crime.
Wait, he's a bad guy?
Well, so was Hawkeye.
Ooh.
He was part of the Circus of Crime, led by the Ringmaster, who essentially is just the same as Mad Hatter from Batman, but he's a ringmaster. That's what makes him different. And he wore a top hat with like a little circle on it that spins. And if you look at the thing that spins on his top hat,
I'm familiar with this character.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with Swordmaster.
Swordmaster was one of them. Although there's another version of Swordmaster who's a different person who carries around a sword where is that the hilt, where the part you hold, where the hilt is made out of human skin of his sister, because he needed to be touching his sister in order to use his superpowers. But when she died, he couldn't use his superpowers anymore. So he turned her skin into the leather on his sword.
Totally normal.
Totally normal.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Does he have a movie coming out?
Yes, it's called Swordmaster, and it's : this is kind of gross.
Should we talk about Nintendo?
And if I got any of that wrong, you could
sue you.
Let me know in the
nobody knows.
Let me know in the comments, but I don't think I did.
Nobody's gonna. We're all there for you. Yeah.
Thanks.
That's canon now.
Yep.
Somebody just wrote up the Wikipedia article for Swordmaster based upon what you just said.
Right.
Dead sister handle.
Nintendo just put out a tweet like right before we recorded this show, talking about a news report that aired that claimed that Nintendo is going to be making a 4K Switch, and they are saying that statement is false. And as we announced in July, we have no plans for any new model other than Nintendo Switch OLED model, which launches in October. The new model is not called the Switch. It's called something else. That's why they can say this and not be lying.
They can say whatever they want to and not be lying here, right? Like they've got all kinds of stuff in development. It's not ready for public knowledge yet.
But it also may not be a Switch. It could be. I mean, the Switch has been around for a long time.
Oh, and I keep calling him the Swords Master, and it's Swordsman. I just want.
Swordsman. I know him.
He's the best. I'm going to be in for
anyway,
Halloween this year.
Thank you, Adolomite, for correcting me.
Ooh, that would have been embarrassing.
I know. Oh no.
Oh no.
Those names are so very different too. I don't know how I did that.
I mean, obviously Nintendo's working on some new console.
They're always working on stuff.
Of course, you have to, but
they're not going to announce it.
They have no plans. They didn't say.
Announce it the week before the LED model comes out.
Right. They're not saying that there's no new model. They're just saying they have no plans. They're working on stuff. They just don't have the plans for the stuff. They know they're going to have something. They just haven't worked out the plans. So they're not lying. It's just, from a certain point of view. That's all. Let's move on. Oh, a new segment. I have a new segment. It's called Amazon Bald Boys, where we talk about Amazon products. And I have my own theme song. Hold on.
To this day, I hate bald boys. I can't stand bald boys. Every time I see them, I think I'm back in the pants. Don't bring me a bad deal, or I'll...
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
I won't tell you.
Hopefully Patty Harrison doesn't sue us.
That's okay. I'm ready. So Amazon had a product announced this week where they announced a new Amazon alarm drone that is like a house drone for $250 that will fly towards the intruders so you can get a great camera shot of them, or check to make sure you didn't leave the iron on or something, fly it around. And also something that I'm more interested in is the 15-inch Echo Show thing. I don't know what it's called. Echo Show 15, I think it's called.
That sounds reasonable.
Which is basically a bigger Echo Show, which I like a lot. I like the Echo Show a lot, but the problem with it is the screen sucks. It's like low resolution.
Okay, I have a dumb question.
Yeah.
Could they put the Echo Show technology into just a TV?
Of course.
So why don't they do that?
That's what they're doing. That's what this is basically.
15 inches, not a TV. I mean, like a 65-inch TV, make a deal. Didn't they used to have the Amazon, Roku is in my TCL?
Because they put Amazon and TVs in a different way. This is more for a centerpiece, an information hub for your kitchen.
I know. Why not have that be your TV though? And your information hub could be in the living room. So when you don't have the TV on, you have it set to the show settings.
Right. I'm
just saying.
Yeah, this is more for countertop. This is not something that's going to be on your entertainment
15
stand.
inches though is now getting a little out of hand for countertop.
Depends on your counter.
My counter.
Sure.
It's out of hands for my counter.
Sure. Fair. That's fair. But I would like that for my counter. I got a lot of counter. And I use that thing all the time. It's just the screen is a little too small.
I got one for my parents, but I don't have one, a show. So.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the big items. I tried to get on the list for the flying drone camera thing.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah, why not? If you try to get on the list, I don't know.
I am in the market for a new Echo though, because the one in this room is starting to fall apart.
15 inches, baby.
I don't think I want the show. I want the one that's the big ball.
Oh, just the regular one, I think.
Yeah, the regular one that's now a big ball. Mine's the same generation one that I got, the pre-launch one that I have.
Yeah, level up.
That's what I said.
Level
I need
up.
the ball.
All right. Let's
I've got a lot of hair today. Look at that.
Congratulations. I do too, but it's on my chest and back. That's the problem.
I know.
It's a problem. It's pretty bad. CAG bag. Let's take this question from at Gaming Dad. He says, my 14-year-old son just started watching anime after getting into Genshin Impact. Safe to say he's masturbating, right?
I mean, I don't understand what that has to do with the first half of the sentence.
Right. The animes, there's plenty of anime that's
no,
not
it doesn't matter.
sexy.
Just take away the first half of the sentence. Your son is 14. Right. He's masturbating. It doesn't matter what else he's doing.
Right.
He's 14.
Right. I think every 13 and 14-year-old is into Genshin Impact. It's pretty popular. Seems to be.
Masturbating.
And
masturbating. They're into
masturbating.
that too, I'm sure. Not at the same time.
You don't know that.
I don't, but
14-year-old boys are weird.
Right. So we're 48-year-old men.
I wouldn't know.
You will, hopefully. The alternative is not great. Let's wrap it up. That's enough show. I'm sweating. I could take a shit. I got things to do. Let's, Wombat? Remind everybody to watch us on Twitch live on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a great time. And it's fun. You can see the shirts that Wombat's wearing. He really plans his wardrobe out. And yeah, what else, Wombat?
Well, you should go to greenchef.com/90CAGcast and use code 90CAGcast to get $100 off, including free shipping at greenchef.com.
All right, we're going to raid Code's house because they're doing, he's a really good DJ and he's doing like this fundraiser for EMS workers. So let's go in there and donate money for the EMS workers because we appreciate them.
Bread's done.